man, I would say like what? How long we know each other?
Like over 13 years.
Wow, that's a long time, man.
That's a very long time.
With the great, the massive, one of the top, I would say, like influencers on South Beach, Miami, Miss Simply Jess, aka Jess Marquez. How you doing?
How you doing?
What's going on? What's going on?
Chilling.
What's been going on with you? How's everything?
Everything is actually pretty good right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, everything's going really well.
Definitely. You're looking very bubbly. You're looking very good, and I'm
good energy, good light.
Good energy, good
Are you
light.
Feeling it?
Feeling it.
Am I giving it to you?
100%.
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
And I want to say I'm so proud of all your accomplishments. We're going to get into all her accomplishments, but I'm so proud of everything that she does right here, man. So Jess, I got a few questions for you.
How many?
I got a couple, man. So with this whole entertainment industry, like I've been seeing you since like, I'm not saying day one, but I've been seeing you from.
It wasn't day one.
Like Harrison's, you know.
That's kind of like day one.
Yeah, you know, and with the crew you had of like the 400 Club, it was like, I think you were like the only girl.
I was the only female.
The only female in a room full of men.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I definitely was.
What was your first taste of the entertainment industry?
My first taste was, hold up. Where do I start? I'm gonna go to the beginning.
Go to the beginning.
Okay. So I'm gonna start that again.
Okay.
So my first taste was when I was actually a guest list girl for promoters.
Guest list.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I was actually the one tallying up the guest list for all the promoters back in the day at Mansion, Privé, Opium.
Wow.
I was working with this French guy named Gerard. What up, Gerard? It was crazy. But anyways, I was working the door and I basically saw the movement. I saw how it was. It was, you know, it looked pretty, you know, easy.
Yeah.
I mean, the money was pretty decent too at the time.
Yeah. So guest list means like it's maybe like 30 promoters, 15 promoters.
Man, it was like 30, 40 promoters, and basically you dropped the name of who invited you, and all I did was tally it up, boys, girls, and everybody got paid differently from boys to girls.
Yeah.
Like, of course, if you brought more girls, you get more money.
Yeah. So you saw who was really moving,
Yeah.
and who was really shaking, who
Yes.
brought 30 girls for the night,
Yeah.
and who brought 30 dudes for the night,
Yeah.
and who brought the tables and all that
I mean, the
stuff.
people that brought more dudes, they weren't getting paid. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. No. You gotta bring more girls in Miami.
Yeah. No. So Miami's always been like that spot, Jess, and I've always like admired, you know what I'm saying, the things that you've done, watching you from like afar, you know,
Yeah.
just, you know, being your friend and also being your business partner. We did a lot of events together, but
Yeah.
I just want to say you did a very good job juggling that stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So was there like pressures like dealing with that stuff, you know, with the entertainment business?
No, I actually fed off the pressure.
Okay.
I actually enjoyed it.
Okay.
You know, I work better under pressure.
Okay.
Actually.
Okay.
So, nah. I mean, being a female in the industry, yes. Like, you did have to be a certain type of way, but I'm from New York, and I came to Miami, and it was like, you know, it wasn't that hard in that sense, because I kind of, you know, as you can see, I come across a certain type of way.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So when did you move to Miami?
I moved to Miami 2004.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I was not, New York was good, but then I don't know, something about Miami.
Yeah.
I had to come over here.
I don't know if you want to talk about it, but like 400 Club, right? That was a synonymous thing. That was a big name out here in Miami. You guys did tons of events, tons of parties. Like I know like the core members, but I know there was a lot more going on. How did you get into the 400 Club? And how was that like, not really created, but how did you guys manifest that, man? Because it was amazing, man.
I
what y'all was
mean,
doing, man.
yeah, first of all, I didn't get into it. We curated it.
Okay.
And I was with Jay Little at the time.
Yeah.
And we actually developed the party at Harrison's first. Well, we first started as promoters at Mansion.
Okay.
And then he wanted to start something more, you know, exclusive, more on a networking basis. And then we wanted to create a brand.
Yeah.
So we was trying to come up with a name, you know, a powerful name, and he came up with the 400 Club. And it actually was, you know, something from back in the days, some type of membership stuff and all that. So he was just like, let's go with it. He told me the name, and I was just like, I love it. And then we pictured everybody like just throwing the fours up, and then when you see the videos of the 400 Club, you see actually celebrities throwing up the fours. So that was kind of like super dope.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
Was there any pressures being the only girl and having your voice heard in the 400 Club?
No. No. Come on, man.
So you're saying Simply Jess
I was the female, the first lady. Like, I was treated like, you know, I was a bit spoiled, not gonna front. I was, but I gained that respect though, because I brought a lot to the table.
Yeah, you did.
You know what I'm saying? I definitely did.
I know you've seen a lot of things like metamorphosis and people just, you know, start from nothing to something. And I just want to say, man, you are definitely a mentor and a big figure here in Miami. And I don't care what anybody says, Jess, you have done a lot. Not even being from Miami, but done a lot for the city of Miami and South Beach and all the events that you guys have really brought to the table. And just, what's some memorable nights that you had with the 400 Club? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like financial wise and like personal wise. Like give me a couple different like nights that, cause I've done some parties with you guys and like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, man, that bar hit about $100,000, yo. You know what I'm saying? So I know that was a couple.
Been some memorable nights, man. Let me tell you. I mean, a lot that I can't really talk about, but but it was memorable nights. And yeah, I mean, the one that I can't remember is when T.I. and Tiny got married.
Okay.
And we did the after party.
Yeah.
And that place was just completely from top to bottom packed.
Yeah.
Like there was no way of anyone coming in.
What club was that?
That was Cameo on Saturdays.
Okay.
On Saturdays, that's when we used to do Cameo.
Yeah.
And that was crazy.
Yeah.
And then there was just like, even when we did Harrison's, there was one time that they bum rushed the freaking door.
Like just
football players were trying to get into the club, and they literally almost like broke down the door because we wasn't letting them in. We was over capacity. It was crazy.
Definitely. What's a misconception that a lot of people have with Simply Jess, aka Jess Marquez, or Jess Marquez, aka Simply Jess? What's one misconception that the people have with you?
What do you mean?
I mean, like, they think you're one way,
but
you're not
really
one way.
I mean, okay, first of all, there's Jessica and there's Simply Jess.
Okay.
Simply Jess is you could say a character that I created within the industry.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? She's the party girl. She wants to be in the limelight. She's the one that wants to be seen and all that stuff. Jessica is more like chill. She likes to be home. She likes to be in her creative zone. She's not that social. Okay. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
There's two different people.
Okay.
You know? So people always think I'm always on that level, and I'm like, nah, I'm not. Like, I like to be, you know, in my space, my own space, who I want to talk to, who I don't want to talk to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have to have that type of balance.
Definitely.
You know?
Definitely. So, you know, because I know a lot of people think a lot of good and bad things just like anybody else of you. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, that's fine.
They hear the rumors, they see what's going on, they think they know, but they don't really know, because
they really don't.
Through the years that I've met you, it's always been A1. It's never been a problem. It's never been no issue. You've always taken care of me with class. You've always showed me so much love, and I just want to commend you on that.
Oh, thank you.
No
I mean, that's what I tried to do over the years. Is like that was one of my, you know, fortes. Like I always love to make people feel comfortable and have a great time. And like, if you have a bad day, I got you. Like, I'll take care of you. You're gonna have a great time. And I always keep it humble with everyone. Like, I don't like to ever be in that type of, you know. I mean, there was moments, of course, when it gets crazy. You know, especially when we was doing the nightlife and stuff. Like it was, you know, it's like 100 people trying to grab you and get you and all that. Like, of course, you're gonna have, you know, some type of attitude, but whatever.
Now, but we here at Re-Envision Gallery, right here in Doral, Florida. I'm here with my homie, Jess Marquez, aka Simply Jess. We're gonna take a break and we'll be right back with Behind the Beats.
So I'm gonna introduce you to a few of my pieces that I've been doing throughout the years. This is actually one of my first pieces that I've done. This is called my self-portrait. This is actually me. Can you tell? No? Yes? Yeah, it's me. So I'm a mixed media artist. I do paintings, I do photography. You'll see all of it afterwards. And I like to always add material. As you can see, I added glitter to here, acrylic, all that. This is my self-love piece that I actually did for Nest of Love event, and it's also a social media. This is also a mixed media piece, and I added material to it. It's actually a pop-out type of piece. It's actually one of my favorites. And here I have a mixed media also, which is a photography with material, and it's a collaboration with another artist called John Bourne. So we did a collaboration for Art Basel at one point. And then here's my Seductive Shadows, which is also photography. And if you look closely, I added material throughout the whole piece, because I love to add material to them. It just brings it, more to life and stuff. So all these pieces are available for sale, and I do have them available on my website, which will be launching soon at visualsbygess.com. All right, there it is.
And we're back, man, with my new TV series, Behind the Beats. I'm here with the beautiful Jess Marquez, aka Simply Jess. How you doing?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
We're gonna keep the questions going and keep the questions flowing. What was your first gig as a promoter?
Damn, it's a long time ago. What was that, 15 years ago? My first gig. Oh, I was working as a guest list girl, and then my boss at the time, me and my ex Jay Little, he was like, "Yo, can we promote? Let's go! We could do this.
We ready?
Yeah, we brand new in Miami. We didn't know not one soul. We really did it. But back then it was MySpace.
Okay.
Remember MySpace? So MySpace was the big, that was the Instagram, all that. So he gave us, our first night was Thursday at Mansion.
Wow, that's a big night.
And you know how many people we brought that first night?
I know.
Just guess how many fucking people we brought that first night. Can I curse?
At least 100.
100 people.
Exactly.
It was exactly 100 people. He was just like,
holy shit.
Where y'all motherfuckers come from? Yeah.
Nah, man, because I know you and Jay Little was a great, perfect team, and I would commend y'all because, man, there's no way that I could be in a relationship and be promoting clubs, yo.
We made it. We did it. We had a good old time. Let me tell you.
That was a.
But it was a yin yang situation because he was more of the behind the scenes type of guy, and I was more of the face and I was the one at the table. He was by the bar. He was always and it worked. It worked perfectly.
It worked amazingly.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's a whole nother.
He helped build me a lot. Let me tell you. Simply Jess was built with him because he definitely pushed me.
No, you did very well. You two did. I'm gonna say kudos, and I commend y'all for that because it's a very hard thing being in the business and being in a relationship. I'm not.
It's not easy, but we made it work.
You guys made
for
it work
for a long time.
So let's talk about your new transition. You know what I'm saying? We see all your beautiful artwork in the back. How did you transition from the world of the nightlife promoter to now visual artistry?
Well, the transition was a process, I'll say. It was definitely a process because as I was doing the nightlife, art has always been in my world. I've been drawing since I could lift the pencil. I've always went to school for it. That was actually the career I wanted to go towards, but then I landed in Miami and ended up doing this whole other season, which it was meant for me to do it the way it happened. And then as we went into the nightlife, I felt I just don't want it to be, I didn't want to be placed as just a promoter, or doing just marketing. Because I wanted to, show my creativity and what I actually love to do. It's my passion. And it was a lot of back and forth, but then I finally for me to really push it to where I wanted to go, I had to back off completely from the nightlife. And the nightlife,
it's addictive.
Things change. No, it's addictive. It's easy money, it's good money. I was good at it, but it's just it's the same thing.
Same people,
you're not going, what's next with it? You know what I'm saying? You had to do something else with it. Take advantage of your network, take advantage of all the people and your knowledge and everything, and start doing something new, something that you actually love to do. Because I did love doing the nightlife, but then it faded out. So the transition was difficult, but it was basically just going towards like, Simply Jess is Simply Jess in there, and then I had to like basically show people who was Jessica, and that's Jessica. Yeah. You know, she's a creator, she's an artist, like all that.
Yeah. So when you say it took time, because I understand when it takes time, because you know I'm like you. I'm a jack of all trades. You
exactly.
know what I'm saying? I'm doing studio, Circle House. I'm doing my marketing within a circle.
Exactly.
I'm keeping myself relevant. I'm all over the place. So I can understand that time period when you're trying to like just get into that groove. Put me into that place right there with that time period. Did you ever feel like you was like lost, or you felt like you just couldn't find what you was looking for?
Yeah, it's like what you say, a jack of all trades. Is like when you know how to do so many things, it's like, all right, where are you gonna go? What are you gonna do? They say that you should never always put 25% in every aspect. You should put at least 100% in something. Yes. I didn't know what that 100% was, and it took me, you know, a long time to really figure it out, because I was just like, what are my pros? What are my cons? Like, what is it that I'm really good at? And like recently I was working at Bar One, and I actually like, you know, went towards a business that it was totally I mean, it was opposite, but it wasn't, because it was still kind of like, you know, catering to hospitality and customer service and all that stuff, and marketing, which that's something I do love to do. And it just made me, you know, learn a lot about myself, and it made me see like my pros. Yeah. And then with the whole, you know, the COVID and everything happening and everything slowing down, you know, I got to reflect a lot on my business and really look at it like, okay, it's time for me to like go back into my entrepreneurship and really like focus on something that I really truly love, and something that I never really put 100% into. And then it came to, it was an epiphany. I was just like, you know, it's time for me to focus on what I love to do, my passions, and arts and creating and marketing. That's my thing. Like, I love doing those things. Like that keeps me going, you know? So that's what happened. You know?
Honestly, I think you just getting started in life.
Right. I feel like it's a new chapter for me.
You're just getting started, because you said it right. You've done so much. The connect game is crazy with you. Yeah. Now it's just time to connect everything that you're doing
with something that I love, though. Because I've been, you know, building other people's dreams. Now it's time to build mine. Yes. You know, it's like, if you don't try, then that's going to be a regret. Yeah. You know, like, you should always, you know, fight through your fears. Because I've always been in that fear, you know, part, like, oh, what if this doesn't work, or what if, you know what, it's
what
like,
they thinking about me, or what are they saying?
Man, fuck it. Yeah. Who gives a fuck?
I agree with you on that.
Pardon my French. But who gives a fuck?
We can curse on, we can curse on behind the beats, so it's all good to curse on behind the beats. But.
So it's like, yeah, you have to like fight through those fears and really like go towards what you really, really, truly love. Because if you're not gonna do what you love, what's the point of life? Yeah. Like, I'm not just doing something just for a paycheck. I can't do it. I can't do it no more.
Yeah, this has to be in
you,
inside of you, and you have to feel it.
Yeah,
definitely, definitely. So, with a lot of your art stuff that you're doing, tell me more about it. Is it like just like paintings, like this one, or is visual stuff, or like? Man, give me an insight into that.
So basically, I started off with the whole Simply Jess art and all that. I did a lot of like art Basels. From 2015 to 2018, I was doing Basel, and it was art, merchandise and stuff like that. But then it came to a realization, like I started doing photography and implementing photography into my art. And like I created Visuals by Jess. Okay. And Visuals by Jess is like a creative production company that I, you know, produce art. I produce wearable art. I produce photography, visuals, you know, even when it goes to marketing, social media development, web development, like I do all that, logos, I do everything. Yeah. Like when it came to my business, I'm very impatient. I don't like waiting for people. Yeah. I don't like to wait for people to see my vision. So I learned myself. Yes. I learned how to do it myself because I don't like waiting on people. And sometimes when people you know, do something, they don't do it exactly the way you want it. So it's like, you know what? I'm gonna learn how to do it myself.
I say that to myself all the time.
Man, I learned Photoshop, everything myself, like for real. Like I can't. Like,
and honestly, shoot, if I'm doing art, I would hire Jess. You know what I'm saying? Because your history and what you've been through and the type of caliber of people that you are around, you understand like marketing, you understand promotion. So this is just like a second nature type of thing for you.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Even with brands like Toast Vodka and so many other brands, I know there's so many things you could do. That's why I said,
so many brands.
Me, I feel like you're just getting started on the next level of your career.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so. I mean, and it's all about that, you know. There's different seasons in your life, in your careers. Like, I've been through so many seasons, and I feel like those seasons developed me into what my next chapter is. You know.
No, definitely. So, you know, we got another question for you. As far as like COVID-19 and the pandemic, like, how did you deal with this 6-8 months, almost a year of just dwelling in there, just dealing with all that? Because it was hard for me too, because, you know, I watched a lot of television, I watched a lot of gospel stuff, I watched a lot of motivational speaking, I watched so much, like you said, I learned so much about myself.
Yeah,
you know?
And you know what? And that's why I tell people all the time, I'm like, COVID was a blessing and a curse, you know? And to me, it was more of a blessing. I mean, I'm like, it's sad on like how many people, you know, lost their lives and all that. I had COVID myself, you know? Yeah, I was sick for like almost a month, you know? And that actually was a pretty powerful moment because it made me chill. It made me just pump the brakes for a second.
And big to make Jess pump the brakes.
Right, like I was always on like 100, like, okay, what's next, what I gotta do, and I'm just like, I got to breathe for a second and really reflect. And actually, that's when I actually kind of like curated my business and how I wanted it to be put out there, you know? So it helped me in a lot of ways, you know? I mean, it's messed up what's happening in the world, but I mean, as me personally, it made me reflect a lot.
Yeah, I agree with you with the gift and the curse thing.
It definitely was a gift and a curse.
Away, but like
everybody's moving in 100. Like, it's like, all right, pump the brakes. Let's actually look at what life is. Let's appreciate nature. Let's appreciate like just spending time with people that you actually want to spend time with. You know, people was just always spending. It was crazy. It's crazy.
We're here in Doral, Florida, in Vision Gallery, having a great time with Jess Marquez, aka Simply Jess. We're here. I want to give a big shout out to Toast Vodka and DJ Lewis for sponsoring the day and giving us a wonderful venue to do the interview at, and just, you know, have an amazing time. Jess, thank you so much for spending time and spending your night with me and you know, giving me an insight of what's going on. But I got a couple more questions for you.
Really?
You know, I want you to give some advice to people looking to like rebrand themselves like you did. What could you tell them about like the rebranding of yourself? You know,
what can I tell people about the rebranding part? I mean, it's a big part, definitely. Yeah, that's the question I'm stuck on. What should I point on?
Well, how about this one? Okay, ready again? You got it? Okay. Yep. And we here, Jess, I want to ask you, what advice would you give to an upcoming young lady that wants to get into this entertainment world?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah, what advice would you give them?
Which entertainment? It's a lot of them.
I would say like you're like a role like you were doing, like promotion, marketing, and different things like that with the clubs.
Don't mix business with pleasure.
Okay.
That'll be one. But you know, just stand your ground, and I mean, as a woman in the industry, it's a man's world, you know.
Yeah.
So you gotta demand respect. You know, don't let people walk all over you, and really just, you know, stand for yourself. Like, you have to really gain that respect, and you have to carry yourself as a woman. Like, you can't be over here, you know, doing crazy stuff and, you know, getting emotional, getting your feelings involved, and none of that. This is business. You have to treat it as business. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. And tell everybody where they can find Miss Jess Marquez on social media.
I mean, you can find me right here. No, I'm playing. Nah, but you can right now I have my Instagram still, which used to be, Simply Jess 400, but now it's I am Jess Marquez, and my business is Visuals by Jess. And also I am launching my website and my business in the beginning of February, which is visualsbyjess.com. And I mean, stay tuned for that because it's gonna be nice. I mean, maybe I'll do it in here or something.
So Visual by Jess, you're doing photo shoots and like content and stuff like that, right?
Well, Visuals by Jess is a whole me as an all-around creator. It's a creative production company.
Yeah.
I create art. I create wearable art.
Which is one of your pieces.
Yeah, these are like my pants that I have right now. This is all my artwork. I'm creating I like to. When you create art, it just doesn't have to be just on a canvas or up on a wall.
Yeah.
Like I like to present it in different, aspects, like anyone. And I do photography, videography, web development.
Yeah.
I do social media development, marketing events. I mean, I do it all when it comes to all that, creativity.
Yeah, 100%. And in 2021, my company, Abebe Lewis Marketing and Branding Group, I definitely want to collaborate with you on some things.
Definitely.
I'm working on some dope projects that I really want your help in because I know the connection game that you got is ridiculous, and I know if we kind of like collaborate on some things, I know that shit could definitely explode. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I mean, hello, how long we know each other for?
You said over 13 years.
Over 13 years. It has to be.
Yeah.
And we always work together, and we always work together great.
Yeah.
So for a new journey, we can start in the beginnings.
Definitely. You heard it right here. Jess said she's gonna work with me, right? You heard it. Well, we here on my new TV series, Behind the Beats. I'm here with the wonderful, the beautiful, my friend, Jess Marquez, aka Simply Jess. Jess, I want to say thank you so much for taking time. I know it's COVID, I know it's pandemic. I want to say thank you.
I think we're a little social distance, right?
Yeah, we did.
I think we good.
We both got COVID tested, so we good.
I already had it.
I think you
can get it again. I don't want to talk about that, but whatever.
Definitely. So I want to say thank y'all for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? Share this, like this, man. There's so many different places this is going to end up. And we out.